Hi, this is Jay Freeborn at Washington Tax, and I'm here to talk about how the IRS enforces passport blocks for delinquent taxpayers. And essentially, this is a law that started during the Obama administration. I think it was put on the books in the year 2015. And the statute basically says if you owe the IRS $50,000 or more, the IRS has the ability to revoke or prevent the renewal of your passport. And it's been a thing, and it's been enforced during all the administration since, and it still very much is a thing in 2025. Historically, the way to prevent it is to get into an installment agreement or file an offer in compromise or get your case closed for hardship. And essentially, if you do one of those three things and put it in motion, the IRS is agreeable to prevent to unblock your passport, and that's how we do it at Washington Tax Services. So all of the clients at Washington Tax Services give us power of attorney, so we can constantly research your record and get updates and alerts on what activities are happening on your account. And one of those activities is passport block. Now, for some clients, it doesn't really take effect immediately. It takes effect when you attempt to renew your passport. For others, you're in danger of having your passport revoked. And so usually when we are notified, or our client notifies that you've had a passport block, we get into gear to figure out when your renewal is, so we can make sure that we get your passport unblocked before you go on a trip. And so that's the first step. And then the second step is we're going to make sure that your case is resolved, all your returns are filed, and then negotiate an offer in compromise, a livable installment agreement, and or get your case closed for hardship. Now, in some cases, we'll set up an installment agreement even if it isn't sustainable for the long term, just to unlock your passport. And then in some situations, you might even default that installment agreement. So essentially, we're setting up an installment agreement that you might make a few payments on just so you can go on your trip, and then later deal with it again through some other procedure. Here in 2025, we have breaking news as pertaining to passports and how back taxes trigger IRS enforcement of passport renewals and revocations. Now, before 2025, we have a new presidential administration, of course. Most times when you had a passport block, it just prevented your renewal. But now they are revoking passports, particularly for people with very large balances. As we said in the previous video, the same rules apply. We work out an offer in compromise or put one into motion, or we work out a livable agreement, or we get the case closed for hardship and we try to get the passport privileges restored. But they are dead serious now about continuing to enforce this law that's been on the books for 10 years. I will say, even in the previous administrations, including Hunter Biden, who owed several $millions in the mid-2010s, he did have his passport revoked at an airport once, and one of his rich friends paid it off. So the IRS has targeted high balances with revocation before, but we're seeing it really happening in 2025. So if you are getting a passport block or haven't filed returns in 10, 20 years or 5 years, or owe the IRS, or a combination of all three, please contact us at our website, watax.com, or call us 1-888-282-4697, and myself or one of our other professionals will contact you and size up your case at no cost.